When it comes to how you should be talking to a woman, and there is a number one word that really works strongly, but I just want to say that when you are talking to a woman, you have to be able to read her and read the room, right? Like, even if it's just you and her, or sometimes maybe your friends are around, it's a get together, or you might be out somewhere, anywhere it could be, and you have to understand what needs to be said and where you also stand with her. Because before you say any word to a woman, if you are fed up, if you are tired, bothered, not interested, or feel like you're forcing yourself to be with her, you do absolutely have to do things differently. Now, with me saying this, I also want you to understand that women will try you, right? If they are trying you, what are you doing to show to her that that's not going to work with me, right? And sometimes women are like kids, oftentimes, more often than not. So if women are like this, when we're talking about how you can be a leader or how you can guide and stuff, I've said this before, but you don't want to always think financially, or you don't want to always think like, oh, I'm just going to tell her what to do. Just do this, be a good girlfriend. Like, no, you want to think deeper where it's like, oh, she needs to be trainable or coachable. That's the better word, the second one. But if she's going to be coachable, she could be told like, hey, I feel like this behavior is kind of making you like pull back from the growth that you said you've been working on. Or I think we communicate better when we give each other space. So I want to be to myself, what would work best for you that could help you, right? Because if you're saying something like this, and I'm about to say the one word that you should use. If you're saying something like this, oh, in the meantime, guess what the word is? Comment it down below. There's a few different words, right, that could be potential, but remember, I'm going to do another video of this, of the other words that I don't mention today. So maybe you'll be right for next video, but just, or maybe you'll be right for the word of this video, but just comment it down below. Per usual, comment if you want part 2s, all that good stuff, and if you want other videos. Don't forget though, might as well just say it now, consultations are ending for sales, not ending in general, but ending sales by Friday, which is actually tomorrow. And that's going to be sometime tomorrow. So by the time you watch this video, I'm going to make it a bit later tomorrow. Because yeah, tomorrow is Friday. So I'm going to make it maybe a bit later just to give some of y'all a chance. But Friday will be the absolute last day. And people have already booked. So if you want to book like now, but book for a month later or weeks later, that's probably better off, so you just don't miss out on the deal that's going on. Just remember that it's temporary, right? And it's going to come to an end. So whatever it is that is going on with you, if you want to get on the line and talk about it and you want clarity, you want to know how to move forward, I got y'all. And I have bundle deals, accountability partners, no contact guide and journal, so many different options you can pick from. So choose what's going to work. Take your time and figure it out as you are going through my website. The link is down below. And per usual, Patreon, free content, exclusive content, you can get it there and join a community as well, all for free. So don't forget, there's 2 of them, so the links are there. Now back to what I was saying. When you are dealing with a woman and you want to know that you have to kind of speak to her a certain way, you're trying to also show leadership in that way, right? Because you don't want to be the guy that's coming on way too strong, or like, hey, B, listen, right? Because sometimes when you got to get even that aggressive or wild on her, and I'm not saying call her out of her name, you can even say like, oh, I'm done with you, you're such a waste of my time, and like scream into the top of your lungs. Or maybe you don't scream or yell, but you know, you could give whatever impression you're giving out that might not help or not isn't necessarily what's the word, productive, and it's not going to really help you guys progress. But all I'm trying to say is that you can show leadership on like, how can you communicate better, what are things that you can use to help out the situation. Now, a next thing too is that you have to go according to your time, which this is going to correlate to the word, but go according to your time, where it's like, if it's inconvenient, like if you have a big day tomorrow, it could be because of work, it could be because you have a busy day, it could be because you're going to be with family, or you have things that are going to be like a lot of weight that you're going to be carrying the next day, you need energy the day before, you need a rest the day before. Don't have her be around you. Don't revolve your life around like, okay, let's get this talk done and over with real quick, right? You might have a bad experience that time, or it's going to be rushed and it's going to lead to being forced, and then you might have a worse day or not the best day the next day because of what just happened with her. So remember, talking with women always means kind of just taking your time. Unfortunately, you know, like sometimes you do really have to build a lot of patience. Like again, with kids, you have to be very patient with them. So kind of think about that. And women are also like cats, which is another situation, right? But so the word is I'm busy. Now I told you it's not okay. Busy is the word, but I have to put I'm, because if you say busy, you could say busy today, or you could say if she says, oh, why didn't you call me? Busy, right? And the reason why this word is so important, because some of y'all might have thought some word like, I don't want to say some of the words, but you just know in general words that's kind of like telling her I'm not having it in a sense. Or bye. Bye could be another word too. Bye. That's actually a really good one. I didn't think about that one beforehand. But these are the words that I gave you, more than one, that you can end up using, because first of all, when it comes down to busy, you're already supposed to prioritize your own life. Like, you're supposed to have a woman be included into your life. That's why when you're the leader and she has to be following, you're guiding her through how this is how you run things. This is what comes first. If I'm handling business, my priority is how am I going to get this bread? How am I going to make sure my finances are checked? How am I going to make sure my family is in check, right? Maybe if you're taking care of your mother, or you take care of your family, maybe if you're taking care of one of your brothers, like whatever it is, maybe you have custody of your sister's kids, right? Or you just help your auntie with the kids all the time. I don't know what's going on with you, but whatever you're doing, even if, like, let's say you're a mama's boy and you're with your mom all the time, like, your mom could be above her, especially if she's not your woman in your life yet. Another topic for another day. Again, if you have questions, concerns, your stories, leave it down below. And of course, I'll be in the comment section helping y'all out, but y'all help out each other. I love to see it always. I love to see it. As I was saying though, and we're getting to wrapping up, you have to show to her that she's, and I don't want to say always going to be the last of the priorities, but she has to become that, especially if it's the beginning stage and she's coming into your life. Because if she's supposed to know your place, that means that the time is not now, right? So like, if you have to communicate with her and you need space, because if you just react, your reactive is going to come off rude, aggressive, hard to deal with, right? Maybe you haven't worked on your communication yet, whatever the case may be. So if that's what's happening, you need to know that I'm busy because, first of all, I got to worry about things that matter the most. Now, if you've been dating her for a while, or you don't need to give her the impression fully that busy, that's why, that sorts of stuff, then you can also just make it be that she's not the last of the priorities. Maybe she could be like number 3 or something. And then if that's happening, you just want to say, like, if you have an issue with her at any given time. So this means, like, if she's just saying, like, you're not giving me enough time, you're not giving me enough attention. Mind you, you probably have been, or you've been trying, but it hasn't worked in your favor, where she's not, like, giving you what you need in return to continue to do it. Whatever the reason is, you have to now know that saying you're busy, saying it's because I'm busy, or she says, what's the reason again? Or why are you like this? Busyness, right? You can even say that it's busyness that's happening, that's taking over my life. But you just have to remember, yes, it is most times harder on a man. So I want y'all to understand that, like, don't make it harder for yourself. Put what needs to come first. Become a busy man. That's already going to drive a lot of women loco, crazy, because they want your attention. They want to be noticed, recognized, right? And I'm going to do a video about attention. Don't know when it's going to come. If it's going to come beforehand, I don't know. But just lastly, remember that when you are busy, it's a good thing. Most times, like almost every single time, it's a good thing. Unless, like, you're a workaholic, or you just love doing certain stuff so much that you don't give time to her, that's a different story. But remember, she has to be deserving of it. And you can't fall off because of a woman. Like, it could happen, but you have to still bounce back, and definitely don't let it happen again. Right? So I'm gonna leave this at this. I really can't keep going on. There's a lot of stuff that I said, especially towards the end, that I want to touch on, but this is why I always do part 2s and different types of versions of the same videos. So or the same topics, different versions. Yeah, topic similar but different conversation type of thing. So I love y'all. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, but don't forget to not miss out on the deals that are going on. It's not just consultations, other things on my website. And of course, join Patreon, both of them for free. The link is down below. And I'll talk to y'all very much soon. Bye, y'all.